Hello, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here, and it has arrived, the Flickering Cauldron Moon Diary 2025. So I have the gorgeous pages packed with beautiful artwork, just like the previous years, and I also have the wall calendar. So if we start with the wall calendar, just to get you through. So on the back, these are things that you can purchase from them. So we have the Book of Connections, the Witch's Journal. They have this gorgeous colouring book for the colouring fanatics out there. And of course, the diary that I have to go through next. So these are really simple, fine spiral bound. They have a hole puncture, so you can hang them. And they have plenty of detail in them. So you have your artwork for each page. And then you have your diary that sits like this. So for the one that I have for this current year, coming to the end of it, that's what I'm referring to it as last year, so 2024, I have marked onto here, because I've been looking at, what do we call it? True sidereal astrology, and how the signs of things react differently there to Western astrology, which is what this one's based on. The moons, however, will stay where they are, because that doesn't affect the star signs as I'm aware of at this point in time. So I went through and marked out, as I was doing a deacon walk as well, where the deacon walks started for each section of the deacons, and then I also marked on here the star signs for where Capricorn started in true sidereal versus the fact that we were already in Capricorn starting in Western astrology. So it was just something I was using to kind of look at different forms of astrology, and with that, the coinciding of the moon phases and how they were feeling within those difference of star signs to me. So I've pointed out, you have your moon phases here. You have your first quarter. We have a wolf moon in January. The last quarter is here, and we have the star sign of Aquarius starting here as well. So we've got 2 on one day here, and we have our new moon marked out there quite nicely. And then other days are marked onto the calendars that are significant in and around Great Britain. So we have New Year's Day, we've got the substitute day for Scotland, we have Burns Night, and then there'll be others throughout the year. So it will carry on like that here for every month, and you'll get a different colour to match your picture. So what I'll do is move down so you can see the actual artwork, and I will stop talking too much about these gorgeous things, although it's hard because they are just so pretty. Yes, I might be biased and everything else, but I love them, and I've thoroughly enjoyed using these and making these part of my dedicated diary usage throughout the last 5 years. So that is gorgeous. That's May. This is June, so you can definitely see the solstice vibes in there. July. That's an interesting one, isn't it? You do also have, yes, I forgot to mention, so you do have like your Sabbats as well, so you have Lammas marked on there as well. That's a very pretty one, again, for Lammas. Here we have September, moving into the autumn equinox. October, do I need to tell you what comes in October? November, that's very pretty. And December, with the wisdom of the owl, coming for the winter solstice. So that is that one. Very witchy vibes, and it's given away. We have the witch's black cat in the cauldron there. So let's take a look at the spiral bound diary. They always come spiral bound, and they always come with this kind of plastic acetate, and I've always said if you don't like them, cut this off. I personally am very grateful for this, because I'm forever spilling a cup of tea somewhere and then dropping my diary down and it's soaking into it. So this just keeps them a little bit cleaner and a little bit nicer. Plus I have a dog with muddy paws. The first one I ever bought, my dog took outside while somebody knocked on the door. It had just arrived. I was looking at it with my cup of tea. Somebody knocked at the door. I went to the door. I came back. She grabbed it, taken it in the garden, chewed through half the pages. The damage she had done in 5 minutes was unbelievable. She had pulled the spirals out halfway through. I mean, I can't. I was devastated. So keep away from dogs is the moral of my story. Right, so I'll put it there, and then maybe if I bring you down a little bit. There we go. I'll start from this side. Right, so as you can see, this is their 6th year, and I've been collecting for 5, so I missed year 1. Moon Diary 2025, inside your A5 spiral bound diary. So A5, for those who are wondering about sizes, based on Northern Hemisphere, because it's UK based in our GMT or BST time zone. And then there is a time zone chart where you can convert this to your own time zone, always in the diaries, okay? So what you get is your moon phases, your signs, sunrises, sunsets, moonrise, moonsets, void of courses, planets, retrograde, solstice, UK bank holidays. And then there's all this extra plus in here as well. So they always give amazing amounts of information. So we have the 25-26 calendar, the financial budget sheets are still in here, witchy phases of the moon and their magical meanings, which we all love. Moon in your star sign, the full witchy zodiac for each star sign. They've got the Celtic tree and animal for each sign, which I did spot. And I did message the creator and, just say the amount of information here is amazing. Thank you. We have magic spells, rituals, and magic recipes throughout the diary, as we do normally. We have the full moon rituals for the 12 months with witchy information. We have the new moon tarot for each month, which I'm loving. Sabbats and solstices and recipes, again, which we do normally have. We have planets in retrograde, planetary correspondence with the influence of the planets, contacts, and somewhere to write, bits of information, unique artwork, and much, much more. So let's get into it, because that's what you want to see, isn't it? I'll try and do this as quick as possible. So we have our thank you note from Letty and Chris. So if you're on Facebook, be sure to give them some love. Your time zones, a quick glance for your new moons and full moons for the months, and of course what they're called. And then we have the witchy new moons, or moon phases, as they said. So this is really cool. I love the fact we've got the cat hiding in the moons. So the new moon for new beginnings, you have your waxing crescent, say what you want, and then it gives you information about that as well, and the chakras that are linked to them. So this feels to me very magical and a lot more magical divination. What am I trying to say? Working with the phases and things in a more natural state. It just seems to resonate. This one resonates far more than the others have. Love them, but this one just this one feels like home. Let's see if I can explain that. First quarter, reinforcing your intentions. You have your waxing gibbous, reassessing and reflecting what's going on. Your full moon, embracing the power. Your waning gibbous, clarity and reflection. The last quarter, letting go. The waning crescent, releasing and resting. Then you have some information about your super moons. I didn't know these names are new. I don't think I've seen these names before. So the micro moon known as apogee, super moon known as perigee, if that's how you pronounce them. And we have the lunar eclipse, our void of course moon, which, as I've mentioned in the back end, you'll see that when you go through the diary. Then we have planets in retrograde. We didn't get enough of those this year, did we? Planetary associations, of course. And here we have them in individuals, the correspondences for the planets. So the sun, we have yellow, gold, orange, sunstone, citrine, amber for the gemstones, metals, gold, herbs, calendula, rosemary, sunflower. Day of the week is Sunday for the sun. So you have plenty of correspondences to work with for each of the planets, which are known to us. Marked through here, we have our zodiacs here as well. So on these, we have the attributes to each one, the element, the magic, the colours, the crystals, and the herbs. So much work goes into collecting all this information and artwork each year to present these. And then we start with the format that I have been loving. So we have the open calendar, which, as you know, I use these for my tarot journals. This is where I put my card a day and my keyword at a glance. And we have the Capricorn Witch. So a Capricorn Witch, so we have born between 22nd December, 19th January, incorporate typical traits associated with Capricorn zodiac sign into their magical practice. Capricorns are often characterized as disciplined, ambitious, practical, and goal-orientated individuals. Here's how the characteristics might manifest in a Capricorn Witch. which is magical practice. And we've got some structured rituals, we've got earth-centric magic, goal-orientated spellcasting, practical witchcraft, career and success spells, ancestral magic, responsible energy working, astrological timing, financial magic, wisdom from experience, protective magic, patience in spell manifestation. We have the gemstones for Capricorn. And again, we have, what do we have? So we have one for the star sign, the modern, the traditional, the mystic. We have the planetary stone and the talismanic stone. So we've got a few more stones incorporated into this one. The talismanic stone, the onyx, it then tells us about onyx. And we have the element, the quality, the Capricorn ruling planet, detriment, exaltation, fall, and planet linked to. And then we have the colour being black. And the horns, because that always reminds me of Capricorns. We have the goat, it reminds me of the horns, it also reminds me of the devil card. And then we have the Celtic section here as well to give us a bit more information to layer in, which is really nice to see. So here we have the, it's birch, the dates for which birch moves through, and the zodiac sign is the stag. And then we have information here as well. So it's not all the information you need, it's a snippet of information, but it's enough to get you going. And then you can see it starts, so on the 1st, which is Wednesday, it's not a Monday to Sunday, it's however many fit on the page diary. It's not a week per view or a day per view, as a lot of people like to call it. And you can see then you've got your New Year's bank holidays. As I say, you've got your moon phases, you've got your star sign that we're currently in for Western astrology. It shows you where your planets are moving and when they're causing effect. And what do we have here? Perihelion. The Earth will be closest to the Sun at this time on Saturday the 4th of January. I'm not sure I've spotted that word before. And you've got your void of course, your moon, your sun, your waxing gibbous, and the star sign that enters, which changes every couple of days. So we have Aries, then we go into Taurus, and then we move into Gemini. We have the full moon, so information for our full moon on the 13th, and we have the magic rituals, so protection rituals, strength and resilience, release and reflection, connecting with the animal spirits, resins for the wolf moon. Here we've got frankincense, myrrh, cedar and pine. Burning these resins during your rituals will enhance the magical atmosphere, invoking the ancient wisdom and protective power of the wolf moon. Here we have some information on witches. We've got kitchen witch, head witch, lunar witch, eclectic witch, green witch. And then Aquarius starting here. So our star sign has now changed. You can see where we've got our new moon. Uranus goes direct. And there we have, for Aquarius, we have the star card in tarot and some information there. I love the fact that it's a cat being like the reader. I think that's just great. And then we've got some information about that there, and then we finish up, and then final piece of artwork for the month. What is deity? Some information. Our new moon and full moon wishes or spells or whatever you want to put here for your intentions. And then your financial budgeting pages, which I use for my wish lists, and some final notes at the back. So plenty of room. That's a lot of information per month. So just moving through now, it's going to be the same for each month. And this is simply so you can see what's going on. You have your in-bulk recipes, your full moons. Valentine's Day was noted over there for those who didn't spot it. Aquarians are air signs, therefore they are potentially what you might refer to as an air witch. Not necessarily, but it's linked to their star sign. Same with Gemini and Libra. We have February's new moon. So I think we are now in the sign of Pisces because we're halfway through February. Yep, Pisces, there we go. And the tarot card associated. And we're coming to March, Pisces witch. So yeah, this looks really, really interesting. Ostara, hot cross buns recipes. We have the new supermoon and our Emperor card. So we must be in Aries then if we've got the Emperor card. Planet of Mars. April. Aries witch. Yep. We have a nice red fox. April's pink moon, micro moon. And Aries. Is Aries? No, Tauruses. Aries is a fire sign, isn't it? Aries. So we're moving into Taurus. There it is. Which is why we have an Earth Witch here, because we're now moving into an Earth Witch season. Interesting with Earth Day. We have April supermoon. Elemental deities. I just got to move my feet a minute, sorry. May. So we're starting May with Taurus Witch. We have Beltane celebrations. Spring herb and cheese tart. Oh, there's one for the savoury among you. Don't think I've seen that recipe before. The full flower moon in May. The Lover's card is for Gemini, which starts here on the 22nd. Invoking deity. So we're starting June out as Gemini. Yeah, there we go, it says Gemini Witch. Emerald is a talismanic stone. I have a lot of emerald. Our full honeymoon. Letha and solstice celebrations. So we have the Chariot for star sign Cancer. A binding spell. And then we come into July, so we're halfway through. So like a water witch, Cancer. Oh, obviously, yes, I know that they're a water sign. I think I was thinking of Selkie. Too many things running through my head. We have the elemental water witch here, some information about them. So we've got the same thing running through, we've got our different headings. And just to point out with the budget sheets, I don't know if much has changed from last year. It looks like it's fairly similar. So you have, you don't have to use these, but you have mortgage, rent, home insurance, life insurance, gas, electric, oil, water, sewage, council tax, because we have council tax here, broadband, landline, mobile phones, credit cards, catalogues, other loans, clothing, childcare, child support, charity donations, lotteries, debts and others, buses, train fares, car finance, car insurance, car tax, fuel, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney, Now TV, Sky, Apple TV, because we have to pay for all of these as separate bills on top of the fact that we have to pay for broadband and a TV. Usually we have cleaning supplies, toiletries, groceries, entertainment, takeaways, eating out, pet care, food, and then kind of like savings, so things you might be saving towards: holidays, funerals, college, university, other, wedding, retirement, rainy day, monthly summary, so you can bill all that here and just see what you're doing with your finances, for people who really like to keep an eye on those. So we have our Leo Witch, your Hazel. Oh, a vegetable stew. I have a sweet tooth, but I can't eat a lot of sugar, so a lot of the sweet things I haven't really made, to be honest. It looks like maybe if I don't make, I could be tempted to emulate via a shop, something similar. Because I have a tendency to bake things, burn things. September full moon, that's really sweet. I just love the artwork. And here we have the Justice for Libra. The Maiden Equinox, some good information there, and a pumpkin and apple soup. Oh, has anyone ever had apple and pumpkin soup? I've heard of pumpkin soup. I don't think I've ever heard of I don't think I've ever had soup with apple in it, actually. Medieval prosperity spell. That looks really good. You're going to have to buy it to get that one. September financial budget pages, October. So starting in Libra Witch month, we have Ivy as our blood moon. Oh, it's quite early this year, so it's the 7th in Aries. And we have a knot spell. Amazing. I've just started for November, Seasons of the Witch prompts go out for me on my YouTube channel, and in that I've actually put down to do a witch's ladder. That's going to come in very handy. I'll be referring to that page, I'm sure. Here we have the death card for Scorpio. Samhain, Hallows Eve, all the things, and plenty of information, and soul cakes. Soul cake seems to be a big staple, to be fair, for the October recipes. So I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Oh, look at that beaver. Fire Witch. They're like phoenixes. Probably are phoenixes, but and then we have Temperance there for our Sagittarians. And there's our Sag star sign, a witch's money bottle. That's some really cool little rituals to make in here. Coming into December, so our final month, our Sagittarius witch, as we start the month out. Then we have the Elder, finishing with the Hawk. Cold Moon. That is a very serious cat. A very serious cat. And then there we have the as we move into the star sign of Capricorn, we have the Devil card for Capricorn, which is what I was referring to with the horns and the goat and the colour black. That started the diary. Then we have our owl, which is our closing image for the calendar. Look at the cat. And a Yule recipe, spiced apple and cinnamon cake. Plenty of information, lots of information now on the Oak King and the Holly King as well. We have a lovely Yule ritual. And our financial pages, closing out the diary. And some contacts there at the back. And we have 2026 overview, and we're back to the back of the page. So that is this year's Flickering Moon Diaries 2025 and calendar for 2025. Get yourselves over to the Etsy shop. Links are below under comments in more. Click more twice, and you should get to the comments. But you need to go to the Etsy shop, and if you're abroad, you need to be ordering this by probably the 5th of December to get it to you by Christmas, because post will take about 3 to 4 weeks once we get to December. So if you haven't ordered it and you're expecting it in time from the UK, you probably need to be factoring that in. So you really, I would say, you want to be ordering these to get abroad end of November payday. How about that? Until the next one, take care. Bye bye.